Shit, they could have tried that on me for free.
Kiss or slap?
I mean, I don't slap chicks, but I also don't kiss fat girls. I'm sorry.
Couch, 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 couch.
Oh, yeah. That's the stuff.
So we are currently taking future husband applications for my best friend, this gorgeous girl who thinks there are no good men left out there in the world. My husband and I have taken it on as our personal mission to be sure we find her a good guy. More fun than you could ever imagine she is, and she's a stunner.
Yes, please.
Ha! Gay!
Structurally, there's no difference.
How you doing, gorgeous? This is for you.
You bought this drink for me?
Yup.
You spent $20 on a drink for me?
Yup.
You could have got a drink for any girl at the bar. That's so masculine.
Yeah, I'm a man.
I literally waxed my butthole today just in case someone was gonna buy me a glass of wine and we would be able to do. Do you want to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Just let me start this. It takes one drink.
Look, I'm not saying it's hot outside, but I'm pretty fucking sure that Shrek is in my shorts arguing with my ass about whose fucking swamp it is. Oh my god. I just got off the bench. Look at this is how fucking creamy my puss right now. It's actually cream. Like, oh my god.
Genital herpes.
Damn, that's a Cyclops titty. I'm trying to see the triplets.
Hey babe, I brought you something. Do you have something for me?
Yes. Yes, I believe I do.
It's Titty Tuesday. You're supposed to eat tacos off of titties today. Just saying.
Every time you leave the gym, you better get your ass straight home. Don't keep me waiting again. I'm just trying to be a little freak and smell your musty balls. Boy, I want to smell your musty balls. I want to take a little taste test of your testicles. Like a popsicle on a summer day, and I ain't never been so thirsty. I want to taste your musty balls. Boy, I'm feeding. I'm yearning for a helping serving of your salty nuts with a little cream on the side.
Where have you been all my life?
Hey guys, if you're looking for the wildest police videos YouTube has to offer, you gotta pay us a visit over here at FreezePOV.
I'm not a baller or a shot caller. I drive a fucked up 04 Impala. My headlights don't work at night. My windows don't either, but that's alright. I hit the highway, but I gotta drive slowly, cause that bitch gon' overheat. Overheat, yeah.
I love that guys actually slide into our DMs and they're like, yo. Like, that's it. Yo. Guys used to, like, write poetry and, like, fight lions and, like, have draws against each other for their damsels. Oh, but our generation of women get, yo. No. Go away, bro.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up, right? It's like the girls used to be so worth it before we were writing poetry, and now they're so trash, it's pretty much yo, and that's doing a lot.
If all he does is go to work, go home, lay in bed, scroll on social media mindlessly, overthink his entire life, and then play video games for the rest of the evening, that is my type. That is husband material. Please, God, you have blessed others. Please bless me now.
This is the key element to the destruction of the nuclear family.
Most girls have that one guy that no matter what, if he were to text her at any point, she would be like, yes.
And no, it's not a female problem. It's a society problem. The average man would gladly have as much casual sex as the average woman if they could, but they can't. What happens, though, is the average woman samples so many different men that by the time she gets married, she's emotionally hardened so that it's impossible for her husband, guy number 37, to make any real impression on her. He can't be her first experience for anything. She's been infatuated, and she's been hurt. She's been thrilled, and she's been betrayed. All of the ups and downs in life to the point that there's nothing left for the guy she eventually settles with. And the men living rent-free in her head, odds are those guys aren't any better than the guy she actually settles with. However, she met those guys before she was hardened by so much experience, and when her mindset was all about fun. By comparison, relationships are a chore, so any man that makes a commitment to her is part of the chore. Look up Dads versus Cads for more on the female psychology on that. This entire dynamic, though, is the death of the nuclear family.
Damn, this guy broke it down too clean. And the shitty part about the ones that are inexperienced is that the other girls will influence them and corrupt them. The internet will make them believe they're missing out, and then they'll end up going and acting a fool before they realize that it was sort of a mistake too. It's an interesting dynamic that we're in. Quite a predicament, I'd have to call it. But that is what it is. And, well, if you can get your stuff together, and you don't even have to be, like, super successful, but just know how to talk to people and, you know how to break the ice and at least have some money together and stuff like that, then you can still run the town and do whatever you want and have a great time. And that's what I do. I just don't worry about it. And if it's meant to be, it'll be. But I don't really think, based on the dynamic he's talking about and the assessments that I've made, that it's a very realistic to think I'd be in a long-term relationship with someone that would be worth it. And that just is what it is for now. So have fun if you can, guys. All right, y'all, let's see what I got for you today. You know, I want to talk about sowing your wild oats when you're young. You know, one of the better things that's happened for me in my life is that God, the universe, whatever you believe in, has been right on time. Now, I notice it in the moment, but looking back, I'm like, wow. And why it started in my life about 10 years earlier than everybody else, because, I started selling party favors at the rave when I was 13. So I had cash. I could kind of do whatever I wanted. And, you know, by the time I was 19, I was completely done with that lifestyle. I had taken enough drugs for a lifetime. So I was able to move on, and I've always had a 10-year head start. I think a lot of people start to get involved in that in their 20s. And I hope they're done by their 30s, but it can be a slippery slope if you start to do that later in life. Ultimately, though, by no means do I recommend that. But what I do recommend is that when you're in your 20s, you have a different amount of testosterone. You're young, you're youthful, and you're never going to feel this way ever again. So, I mean, I went to the lake 1,000 times. I went 150 miles an hour in my V-Drive jet boat. I rode street bikes, and I did all the crazy shit. And my parents would try to sit me down and say, like, are you living right? You know, you're going to die. And I'd be like, no, I'm really not. I got it. And, you know, I had it. My friends said they had it too. A couple of them didn't make it. I'll be honest with you. But my parents just put $1 million life insurance policy on me because they just felt like they didn't have any other choice, which is pretty funny to me. But what I just want to say is, if you're in your 20s, live your life. Have a great time, because you're not going to feel like this in your 30s. You're going to slow down. You're not going to feel like you can deal with the late nights and things like that. And keep it in line, but make sure, understand that you're never going to feel this youthful ever again. And you really do need to get some of this out of your system. So when you're in your 30s or maybe in your late 20s, you can really start those businesses and not feel like you want to go party hella bad, like you're missing out really bad. You want to feel like you already know what's going on and it's just an old show. You know, it's just whatever. And the truth is, once you become successful, you can always come back and enjoy the distractions you've always had. But I know from experience that, you know, at my age, 37, I don't feel like I did when I was 22 or 25. And I thank God that I ran all over the beach, met all these women, had girls gone wild parties on my boats at the lake, and did all the crazy ass shit that I did. Because even if you offered it to me right now, like, I don't have the energy. Like, if a girl texts me at 8:30, I'm just like, fuck, you know? It's late. It's like our whole life changes, and that's for a good thing, you know? So if you're in that age group, you know, have your fun. It's never going to be the same again. And, you know, but don't destroy your life, and put some plans together. I will say that if I would have started the journeys that I started in my 30s and my 20s, that I would have been richer 10 years sooner, but I'm not sure that that would have been worth it. And I wasn't broke either. Like, I always had something going on. So I was able to own the boats and have the parties and do whatever the fuck I wanted. So there is a balance there, but you're not going to feel the same way in your 20s as you do in your 30s, your 40s, and so on and so forth. You're going to get older. You're not going to have that, woo, fuck yeah, let's party, fuck yeah. You're not going to feel like that. All right, guys, always appreciate y'all tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe. We're going to see you on the next one.